Let's be honest for a second, most guys watching this right now are doing it way more than they should. And the worst part is, it doesn't even feel like a problem anymore. It's just part of your routine. You wake up, you go to your phone. You're bored, you go to your phone. It's late at night, you go to your phone. And it feels normal. But what happens when you actually stop? Not the exaggerated, your life becomes perfect stuff. I'm talking about the real changes that actually happen. So, let's begin. Number 1. The first few days feel terrible. And that's a good sign. Nobody tells you this. When you stop, you don't feel amazing. You feel worse. You're more irritated, bored, and restless. And your brain keeps telling you, just goon once, it's not that deep. Your voice gets loud because you've trained your brain to expect instant reward on demand. Think about it. You've been giving yourself unlimited stimulation, zero effort, and instant pleasure. Every single time you feel even a little bit bored. So when you remove that, your brain basically throws a tantrum. It's like taking sugar away from someone who eats it every day. They don't feel better immediately. They crave it. That craving, that discomfort, that's not weakness, that's proof that you are dependent on it. Number 2, your brain starts to reset slowly. After you push through those first days, things start to change. Not in some crazy dramatic way, but in small ways that actually matter. You start noticing you can focus longer, your mind feels clearer, and you're not constantly distracted. Before, your brain was used to extreme stimulation, fast content, constant novelty, instant hits of dopamine. Real life couldn't compete with that. So everything felt boring and slow. But when you remove that overstimulation, your brain starts recalibrating. New normal things like conversations, working on something, and even just thinking start to feel more engaging again. It's like your brain finally returns to baseline. Number 3, your energy comes back and you notice it fast. This is one of the first real benefits. You start feeling more alive. Before, you probably felt tired for no reason, lazy, and you had low energy, and you blamed it on sleep, school, and just being like that. But in reality, you were draining yourself. Constant overstimulation plus bad habits equals to low energy. But when you stop, you suddenly have energy to go train, to go outside, and actually do something productive. And it's not because you became superhuman, it's because you stopped constantly draining yourself. Number 4, your confidence starts to increase quietly. This is a big one. And it's not loud or obvious at first, but you feel it. There's a difference between knowing you're in control and knowing you're giving in every day. When you stop, you build self-respect because you're proving to yourself, I can actually control my actions. And that changes how you carry yourself. You walk differently, you make more eye contact, and you feel less awkward. Not because you learn confidence tips, but because you stop doing something that made you feel weak. Number 5, you start seeing people normally again. This is something people don't like to admit, but it's real. When you consume too much of that content, it changes your perception. You start overthinking interactions, viewing people differently, and acting unnatural. It creates this weird disconnect between real life and what you're used to seeing. You become more relaxed, more present, and more normal in conversations. You're not in your head as much, and that alone makes a huge difference socially. Number 6, hard things start feeling easier. This is where it gets powerful. When you constantly rely on easy dopamine, everything else feels harder. Because why would your brain want to study, train, and work when it can get instant reward with zero effort? But when you remove that, your brain has to find dopamine somewhere else. And that's when the gym feels better, improving yourself feels satisfying, and working towards goals actually feels rewarding. You're basically retraining your brain to enjoy effort again. Number 7, you realize how addicted you actually were. This hits later. You start thinking, wait, why was this so hard to quit? And that's when it clicks. It wasn't just a habit, it had control over you. And that realization is important. Because now you see, if something that small had control over you, what else does? Your phone, junk food, laziness, and comfort. It opens your eyes. Number 8, but nothing changes if you don't replace it. This is where the most people mess up. They quit gooning, but then they scroll more, play games all day, and do nothing productive. So what happens? Nothing, because you didn't fix the problem. You just changed the source. The real goal isn't just to quit, it's to replace it with better habits. Things like lifting weights, improving your appearance, learning something, building discipline. That's what actually changes your life. Number 9, urges don't disappear, you just get stronger. A lot of people expect no urges anymore. That's not realistic. You will still feel them. But now there's a difference. Before you react instantly, and now you have control. And every time you don't give in, you build discipline. That's how you get stronger. Number 10, this isn't about that one habit anymore. At some point you realize this isn't even about quitting, it's about control. Because if you can control this, you can control your habits, your actions, your future. But if you can't, then you're just reacting to whatever feels good in the moment. And that's how people stay stuck. Look, I'm not gonna tell you your life will magically change. But I will tell you this. If you can't stop something that's clearly holding you back, that's a problem. So don't overcomplicate it. Start small first, a few days, then a week, and then longer. and actually pay attention to your energy, your focus, and your confidence. Because most people won't even try. You already know what you should do. The question is, are you actually going to do it?